Okay, for number 1 here, the first question asks, is ability level a discrete or continuous variable? I actually accepted either answer if you were able to give a good explanation. So, for example, discrete variable means that there's set points and nothing in between. So first place, second place, third place, because there's not a 2.7th place or 2.8th place. That would be a good argument for it being discrete. Continuous, in general, ability level is a continuous variable because you slowly, constantly improve. So in this case, I accepted either one. For the type of scale, this would have to be a ordinal scale, though. Anytime you have first, second, third place, you do have a difference between them, but it's not an equal interval. In other words, the difference between first and second is not necessarily the same as the difference between second and third. So this is an ordinal scale. On number 2, we have a frequency table. I created a third column here to give the total points for each score. For example, we have 13 students scoring a 10, which means those students scored a total of 130 points. If we continue this process, you end up with 195 for your total sum of x's. And if you total this column, you find out that we have 21 students in the class. The mean is then sum of students divided by students in class, which gives you, I believe, 9.3 or something similar to that. For the median, I did a longer process here. I listed out all the scores. We have 21, which is an odd number. It means the median will be our middle number, or the 11th number, which is 10. Some of you did this shortcut. You knew that we needed the 11th student, and so you were able to see that one student had a 7, 5, 8, 2, 9, and if you put these in order, the 11th student would have a 10. The mode is the most common score, not the number of people receiving that score. So some people put 13 for the mode. It would actually be 10 because 10 was the most frequently appearing score. Number 3, some room for interpretation. This is my graph. In this case, the tail goes out to the right, which would give us a positive skew. If you drew a different graph, but gave the correct skew for your graph or your interpretation of the situation, that would also be perfectly fine. For the final question, you have 10 data points, and one of them was put in incorrectly, so it became a negative. This would greatly affect the mean. It would probably also affect the median because now you're slightly out of order, and so the difference between your 5th and 6th would be a little bit off from what it should be, but the mean it would affect much more than that. The mode, probably you wouldn't even have a mode in this case.